welcome to go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on? What? All right, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. You're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
Hey, Tony, you're not funny, and you probably shit yourself a lot, and you're no fun to be with, and you don't make that much money, and you're not going anywhere in show business, and I hope you get hit by a bus.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. It is Monday, Welcome to the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show here on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. Don't mind me, I'm just still getting set up here. All right, I think we're good to go. Thanks for watching today, the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. We're coming at you live on Gov's Comedy Club Podcast, the Facebook page, the YouTube channel. If you're watching on the Facebook page, that's great, and we appreciate it. Please follow the follow the Facebook page, and all that good stuff. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and no matter which channel you're on, just share the link all over the place. Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club Podcast. If you'd like to comment and say hello, we hope you do, because we read the comments throughout the show. If you'd like to do that, and you'd like us to give you a shout-out or say hi to you or say hi to anybody, and you want us to read whatever it is you have to say, please do so on the YouTube feed, because that is where we monitor the comments. That would be on the YouTube feed, like John Rusiello did. He said, "Hey there, Mr. Walker," and it's all spaced out correctly, and he did a nice job. Hey there, Mr. Rusiello. Hope you're feeling well today. Good to hear from you, as always. So, yes, please comment on the YouTube feed if you'd like to say hello. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody had a great weekend. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show coming to you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. On Tuesdays, we play a game called Tuesday Trivia, where you can answer some random trivia questions, and you could win some passes to any of the 3 great Governor's Comedy Clubs here on Long Island. So play with us on Tuesday. But hang out with us today, because we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. Let's see. So, yes, how was your Mother's Day? Was it good? John, I hope you spoiled your wife rotten. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. We had a good Mother's Day. We just hung out. The family came over. My brother came over with his fiance. My mother came over. My mother-in-law came over. Who else? Did I say my mother? I think I said my mother came over. One of Lisa's brothers came over. One of her friends came over with her son. And I barbecued, and we watched the Knicks suck it. The Knicks were awful right from get-go. As soon as the game started, I don't think they ever had a lead. And they were losing by 20 probably within the first 5 minutes of the game, and that's pretty much the way the game went. And I think they lost, 121 to 89, I think it was? Yeah, so that blew. The Knicks really stunk up the joint yesterday. I believe they play again tomorrow. And speaking of my family, I have the camera set up because I do believe Zach is joining me at some point today. So he'll be sitting right there and speaking into this. So that's, so that was our Mother's Day, nice and quiet. You know, we don't really have a big family, the immediate family. And we don't currently have young kids. So there's no craziness. There's no babies. There's no big giant craziness going on. But it was good. Fremder, happy Mother's Day to all the fathers out there. What? Happy Mother's Day to all the fathers out there. Fremder, we have our day in June. Father's Day is in June. I don't know. As usual, I have no idea what Fremder's talking about. So that was that. And we watched, and then we watched the Mets last night. The Mets actually won a game last night. They blew it all weekend. Oh my goodness, they were awful this weekend. They did not. Even though they won yesterday, they still didn't look that good. They're not hitting. The whole team seems to be in a slump. But I don't think it's not like we have high expectations for our Metsies this year. So happy Mother's Day to all the fathers out there. That clears it up. Oh, now he removed the whole thing. Do we ever know what that guy is doing? Does he ever know what he's doing? Oh, and the call is coming in. All right, let's see what's happening with John. Whoop. Did I lose it? John, I think I lost you. All right, yeah, the call's gone. I don't know what he'd be calling about. The show's not even on for 10 minutes yet. What could he want to yell at me about now? All right, Fremder reposted his comment, but now John is calling again. I feel like I'm in a deja vu. The show's not even 10 minutes in. What do you have to yell at me about?
I'm going to yell at you, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
I'm sick and tired of these. There's 3 bullshit holidays that we celebrate in the Western world.
Okay.
Mother's Day, Father's Day, and Valentine's Day. Mother's Day and Father's Day and Valentine's Day are nothing for moneymakers for these idiots that write slogans on cards and flowers and all that bullshit. Every day should be Mother's Day. Every day should be Father's Day. And every day should be Valentine's Day. We don't need a special day of the year to honor our mothers, our wives, because they're fabulous, fabulous heroes and human beings. And they are, the children of the mothers should always treat every day as Mother's Day, same as Father's Day. And Valentine's Day, it's a bullshit holiday.
Are you showing your appreciation every day?
I show my appreciation every day. God rest. I pray every day because my parents have long gone.
Right.
All right, but my mother was fabulous. She's the best. My wife is the greatest girl in the world. She puts up with me. She lets me do anything I want to do. I praise her 100%. I would be absolutely lost without her. And all my past relationships, just like Willie Nelson said. Well, I think women are fabulous. They work very, very hard. And especially the women that I was involved with, they took my bullshit for all these years. And there's no way in the world that one day should be dedicated, just one day out of a year should be dedicated for husbands, wives, mothers, fathers. All right? Children should always honor their mother and father.
Did you want to sing a little bit, Willie Nelson, to all the girls I loved before?
No, because...
Thank goodness.
No, because, first of all, I have no teeth in my mouth. So number one, I can't sing. Number two, you don't want to hear my bullshit. All right, so that's enough for the day. I just wanted to call in. You look terrible, by the way. Did you have a rough weekend? You look tired.
Really? I was just my face, man.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still handsome, but you look pretty good.
Bad recovery.
God bless you. Keep your legs crossed. Oh, there's Zach. Oh, my God. What a handsome boy. Are you sure he's your son?
Well, that's what they told me. I mean, Lisa's definitely his mother. I don't know if I'm the father.
Well, yeah, you could tell. Yeah. He doesn't really look like you. You should have,
I don't know. I don't know. Some people tell me that we look alike, but he's definitely. I was not good looking growing up like he is.
Well, you changed because you're a good-looking guy. You really
Well,
are.
thanks, pal. Takes one to know one.
Listen, keep your legs crossed. Love you. Goodbye.
Well, I can't really. I can't really cross my legs anymore. All right. Hi.
Good evening, Mr. Walker.
Good evening?
Yeah.
Why is it evening? Because you didn't want to say morning because it is the morning?
You know me. I say the morning, the night, evening, the morning. I'm always on opposite day.
And you have sunglasses on. Is it bright?
Well, there's a light over there shining my face, technically. No, I just walked in. I was trying to be cool, Dad.
Oh, is that what that was? There's nothing cool. There's nothing cool going on here. I was never cool. So sorry, you did not inherit any cool genes.
Well, that guy on the phone doesn't think I'm your son, so maybe I inherited cool genes from someone else.
From the mailman. All right, now I got to yell at Hirsch.
Mailman.
Yeah, mailman. I got to yell at Hirschman. He's texting during the show. I have a whole bunch of texts. What's going on here? Oh, it's from you. I'm going to be late. Okay.
I texted that before the show.
Did you? Oh, okay. Hirschman's texting me now. Knicks are on at 8 p.m. tomorrow. How do you feel about doing a show from 8 to 9 tomorrow night so that he can get home and...
You're just reading the text out loud.
Yes, I am. I just read your text live on... Change it to love. Live on my show.
You're like a teacher that catches a student texting during class. It's like, now read what you were texting to the entire class.
Tomorrow.
So, Jamie, I have a crush on you.
So that's the that's the kind of dedication Hershey and the Keegs have. That's why they've been changing their times lately on their show, because it's been based around sporting events. So apparently they're on from 8 to 9 tomorrow, so they can get home to watch the Knicks. The Knicks, who absolutely looked horrible yesterday. Nice yellow shirt and jeans. You look like a sunny day. Well, isn't that every day? Don't I just bring sunny and light and positivity into your world every day? Isn't that the point of me?
I thought you were trying to look like Luke Cage, but like white. You know, because he always wears a yellow shirt and jeans, and he's bald.
He always wore a yellow shirt?
Yeah, that's like his thing.
I don't think I ever noticed that. Every show, every shirt he wore was yellow?
No, not like every episode,
Oh.
but like his signature like look was a yellow T-shirt.
Was it?
With blue jeans.
Oh, I don't remember.
I
He
thought-
wasn't wearing yellow that day I was on the show.
That's right. He was a chef.
That's right. He had a white wife beater shirt. Like a tank top thing. A white undershirt. So we were talking about Mother's Day. That's what you walked in on. We were talking about Mother's Day.
Oh, word.
What? Oh, did you say oh word?
Yeah, oh, word.
Oh word.
Mother's Day.
I thought you said oh worried. I was like, what?
No.
Told you, not cool.
Oh, you?
What?
You talking about yourself?
Yeah, because I wasn't up with your trend of word.
This one
word.
he has black jeans, but it's normally blue. But I was just showing
yeah,
you
that's Luke Cage. If you're not familiar with Luke Cage, he's a Marvel character from the comic books that they made into a TV show. And if you watch the very first episode, you will see me towards the end of what?
First 2 episodes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'm on the first 2. But but I believe it's episode 1 where you could really you could tell it's me. I'm right behind Luke Cage. Is it the last scene or it's close? It's within the last 5 to 10 minutes of the show. They saved the best for last.
Is it? It's that close to the end?
Pretty
I thought
sure.
It was more like the middle.
Oh, is it the middle?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Somewhere in the first episode, you see me.
It's somewhere from the middle to the end. It's somewhere in that.
I'll have to find the clip, and I'll try tomorrow to bring it in. But yeah, and that was shit. That's got to be almost 10 years ago at this point, huh?
When did the show air? I think the show aired 2016. So you probably filmed it in 2015.
Yeah. Wow. So 9 years this year. Holy moly, craziness! Time flies.
Yeah. Wow. 9 years.
But so we were talking about Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's right. Mother's Day.
And word.
Word.
And that
bird.
Well, that was very nice of you. You brought your mom some flowers.
Oh yeah.
That was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
When did you went out yesterday morning and went out and got them?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going to be easier to get it the day of.
I
don't know what to do with the flowers for a few days.
Yeah, true. They go bad. Fremda says, I look like the bee from the Blind Melon video. That was good, Fremda. See, that I'm cool with. References from 30 years ago. That I'm good with.
That's before my time.
Right. So that was nice for you to pick up flowers for your mom. Luke Cage with my what? Luke Cage was my least favorite of all those. It says from there. No, Iron Fist was the worst.
Iron Fist or Defenders. Yeah.
I didn't mind the Defenders so much, but Iron Fist was just terrible. The actor was bad. The plot lines were bad. The actors didn't mesh. There was nothing. There was not a single thing. Maybe the girlfriend. She was kind of cool.
Yeah, I hope they bring her back.
What was her name?
The actor or the character?
The character.
Colleen Wing.
Colleen
Wing.
Wing?
Yeah. Like wing.
Yeah, like flying. Yeah. Okay.
My little wing motion.
Yeah, that was what that was. Look at me, I'm flying.
I'm a bird. I'm a bird.
Well, before you were like, no, that was me, my version, because you were of a bird. You were doing one wing.
Okay.
So that would be because, one leg, one wing, get it? So that was my version of a bird.
Tony Walker, one wing.
The Tony Walker bird. All right. So, hope everybody else had a great weekend. We had a decent weekend, right? It was nice. Uneventful, right? With everybody coming over yesterday and barbecuing and hanging and watching the Knicks suck.
Sure. Yeah.
Fremder says, Daredevil and Punisher were incredible. Yes, I agree.
And they're bringing them back.
They're bringing them both back.
Yep.
And it is, what's his name is Punisher, right?
Yeah, same guy.
Same guy.
Bernthal.
John Bernthal, right. John Bernthal seemed like he was, he looked like he was going to blow up and become a major star, and then it just, you know what I think killed that was the Sopranos movie.
He was on like a momentum, and then he did kind of stop.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like he was going to blow up into a superstar, and then I think that Sopranos movie absolutely killed it.
I don't feel like just.
Well, I shouldn't say killed it, but it definitely halted it.
Like he definitely stopped after that movie, but when when you look at his whole filmography, I don't feel like that movie should have stopped it. I don't know. Well, there must be.
I agree, but whether you agree with it or not, that's what I do think that's what happened to him.
But why? I don't how come that one?
Because the movie got such a negative response that I think it hurt him.
But out of all of his, I feel like so many people blame David Chase for that. I never saw anyone come at John Bernthal and be like.
Yeah, but that's pretty much when it halted. Because he was doing some incredible work. The Punisher, and what was that other thing? Oh, we Own the City. Was that the name of that series where he played the cop, which I loved?
I didn't like that one.
Yeah, I loved it.
Really?
But yeah, I did. And plus, I thought he was great in it.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of really bad.
Yeah, but all right. But either way, whether you liked the show or not, I thought he was really good in it. He was in a few things where his performance was really good.
He was good, but I thought his character's direction was so off. So I wouldn't blame him, but I blame the director.
Yeah, I'm just talking about his performance. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like the show or not, his performance was really good.
Sure. But his character was still very confusing itself.
Well, they were bouncing through time a lot, and I think that made things confusing. But yeah, The Sopranos. So he was on a big momentum, and then all of a sudden, The Sopranos movie was like, boom, he hit a wall, and then right after that, right after The Sopranos, he was in a TV show. You guys, what was the name of that movie with Richard Gere, where he's the male prostitute? American Gigolo? Is that? They redid it, but as a series, and Bernthal was the title character. It was on Showtime or something. But it wasn't. It was okay. It was, but I don't know. It was weird. Like Rosie O'Donnell was one of the main characters. She was a cop. Wayne Brady was like his drug dealing friend. Like Wayne Brady, like that guy's whiter than me. Like you don't put Wayne Brady as like this, trash talking guy from the hood. I don't know. It just didn't really go over well. So yeah, he kind of was starting to, but now but now the Punisher hopefully will bring him back.
Yeah. I guess it was a combination of a few projects that hurt him. But I was just about to say too, since he's doing Punisher again, maybe I'll send him back to that.
It'll rebound. But that's the case with a lot of people in entertainment. A lot of them go up and down like that. All right, but now the big news. Who did not have a good weekend was Steve Buscemi. Did you hear what happened to him?
No, what happened to Steve Buscemi?
Steve Buscemi was walking through the streets of New York City.
Oh my God!
That's right.
It's horrible.
Where some man walked right up to him and punched him in the face.
How hard?
Pretty hard. Hard enough that Steve Buscemi's in the hospital. They say he's going to be fine, but his face is banged up. Steve Buscemi, star of Fargo, The Wedding Singer, The Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, which is probably his best work, which I have to show you that. Boardwalk Empire was fantastic.
Wasn't he in Reservoir Dogs? He was in that?
Yes, he was. Reservoir Dogs. Long Island native. He comes from Valley Stream.
Oh, really?
Retired fireman, New York City fireman. When 9/11 happened, Steve Buscemi rushed down to Ground Zero and helped out his old fireman pals. So he's a good man. And, victim of a random attack on the streets of New York City. So
the guy you only hit him once?
That's the way I understood it. I'm not positive of that, but that's how I understood it.
And was the guy like caught? Does anyone know like what?
There is a picture floating around. If you guys Google it, I'm sure you'll see the picture. It's out there, but they don't know who he is, so he has not been caught. But yeah, it's a pretty clear picture of who the man they're looking for.
Yeah.
I should have brought it, but I don't have it. But
we should have spread it. If you see this man,
well, you know what? I probably could. Let's see here, Steve Buscemi.
Oh, sorry, I just bumped the mic.
Oh, don't do that.
Sorry to all you people out there in Radio Land.
Let's see. Steve Buscemi punched my maniac in random New York City attack.
Maniac. Calling him a maniac.
He's a maniac.
Whoa.
Maniac.
He looks like the Hulk or something.
Looks like the Hulk?
Like Lou Ferrigno or something.
He looks nothing like Lou Ferrigno.
I just mean that he's big.
Oh.
Like I wouldn't want that guy to punch
So because
me.
he's got muscles means he looks like Lou Ferrigno?
No, I'm just comparing him to someone else that's big. I just meant...
Shut up.
You don't want to get punched by that guy. Even if you're Steve Buscemi.
Sure. There he is.
He's got the crazy look in his eye, too.
Yeah, well, he looks like his beard looks a little disheveled and stuff. Yeah, he doesn't look all that stable.
Yeah.
But he's definitely, but whatever he's got going on, he's been working out. I agree. I would not want to be, well, I don't want to be punched by anybody.
I don't know. If like a really wimpy kid came up to you, I'd be like, this guy ain't going to do anything.
You still do damage.
Like,
Ow.
I remember seeing kids in school doing that when they were getting into fights.
What's the worst punch you've ever taken?
Well, no, not me being, but I'm seeing.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, the worst punch that I've taken?
Yeah, the worst punch. Have you ever been punched? Well, yeah, you've had a couple of scraps.
I know I've had like.
Oh yeah.
I've had like fights, but I've never been like punched. I think.
You didn't get punched at 7-Eleven?
No.
When you got into a fight with that guy?
No, he never punched me.
Oh, he didn't?
No. One time in middle school, a kid once hit my head like here.
Ow.
But it wasn't too hard, and I kind of like overreacted.
Why? 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 How did you overreact? Did you
like? I just pretended like it hurt more.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, I would do that just to get him in more trouble.
Yeah, but it didn't even do anything, so I just kind of looked stupid in the end. But I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever actually, like, I've had like fights, but they've never like gotten bad. Like I've seen other kids where like they're like real fights.
Oh, sure.
Like 7-Eleven was probably the closest, but I don't know, because I punched him in the face first, and I think that knocked him off of his balance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't know, he never really. I don't even remember if he tried to punch me in the face, but he never. I remember he grabbed my hair. I don't really remember what he did, if he even landed anything.
That whole thing was weird. So Zach was working. This was in high school, right? Were you in or
nah? It was in
college.
Second semester of college.
Zach was working at 7-Eleven, and
I don't know if I want to tell this.
Really, yeah.
Or,
well, all right. Well, there's a reason I'm bringing it up because the ending to this story is very weird to me. But basically, you were working with two other people, and the guy kind of was forcing himself on the girl.
He was a pervert. He was. Well, he wasn't forcing himself on the girl, but he was constantly like touching the girl.
Well, that's forcing himself on the girl.
But he wasn't like doing anything to her. Like he would just like touch her and then like walk away, like just antagonizing her.
Right, but didn't he say something about what he'd like to do to her or something?
He might have. It was just
I think
he
was
was
something
harassing
like that.
her.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah.
And then, I wouldn't actually get mad at him until he put his hands on me, and then after that, then I just fought him in the back.
Oh, so I thought because he kept messing with the girl. So what? He touched you too?
He was touching. He was harassing the girl. So
right.
That's how tension escalated.
Yeah.
And then it was just one time where because he was just an asshole.
Okay.
He was always trying to just antagonize people.
Right.
So he would constantly he would normally fuck with me in just ways where he would just I don't know you take money and throw it and he would just constantly just try to make the job annoying.
I was trying to just give a basic story. You said you didn't want to talk about it. Now you're giving us a lot of detail.
Well, I'm going to the detail that I don't mind sharing.
Oh, okay.
The fight I don't really want to talk about too much, but yeah. So he was just one of those annoying people to work with. So then when it was just the day where he was just just putting his, I was just all right, all right, I've had enough of you.
So, but then, all right, so the weird part, though, was, so you get into a fight, the cops come to 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Some homeless dude showed up who was a regular there. Yeah. He called the cops.
Oh, okay. And then who called me? You did, right? I think you, or was it the cops?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But somebody called me, so I went down there.
Might have been me.
And then, yeah, we talked to the cops, and, there was no charges and nothing. They were just, basically
they knew the other guy was stupid.
Right, they pretty much admitted that, yeah. And then that was it. You left with me, and I don't think you ever went back there to work again.
Yeah, I went back. I told the manager the next day. I'm like, yo, because he was the last straw because there's so many other problems.
Right.
When I was working there.
Right. But then the weird. So here's the weird part. You get into this fight with that guy because he's touching you and the girl, and he's being a real jerk. But then the cops asked the girl if she was okay, and if she wanted to leave or how she wanted to handle it, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." So we leave.
I think she was.
No, we left. So we leave 7-Eleven. The cops leave, and she said she'd be okay. So the guy you fought with and the girl continued to work there for the rest of the night.
Wait, she works. I believe she got off an hour after I did every night.
Right.
So she was always. That was every night. She was always along with him.
But you guys got into a fight over him touching her and you, he was touching her. But then she's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll work with him the rest of the night." So basically saying, "Yeah, I'm okay with being alone with him the rest of the night, even though he's been touching me." I thought that was very strange. But we were like, "Screw it." She said she's okay, so I'm taking you. I'm going home.
She can fight for herself, honestly. I remember she could handle him.
But still, who wants to be in that situation? You know what I mean? If I'm her, I tell the cops, "Yeah, can you get him out of here?" Tell him he's got to leave.
She wasn't scared of him.
Okay. Daredevil and Punisher deserve a standalone movie, and hopefully Marvel won't mess it up. They should leave the writing to the people that do the Netflix series. Yeah, I agree. But they had their own movies. Daredevil with Ben Affleck, and it sucked. And then Punisher with Thomas Jane, which I never saw. You like that one?
Or no? The Thomas Jane Punisher, yeah, I do actually like that one.
Oh yeah, I never saw it. I like Thomas Jane.
I saw the first one with the what's his name?
Thomas Jane.
No, not Tom. The guy who played the villain, John Travolta.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a good one, but I never saw the sequels.
Oh, there's sequels?
I believe I think there's one sequel, and then there's a short film that they made after called Dirty Laundry.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. We'll have to check those out. Hello, Carol Miner. What?
I was also going to say that I like having Daredevil as a TV show.
Oh, the TV show was great, man. It was great.
I don't know if the next one is going to be good. Anyway, you were reading.
No, I was done. I was just saying hi to Carol.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you think it's going to be good?
Well, because they had the whole thing last year where they were shooting the show, but
then the writer's strike.
Well, it wasn't because of the writer's strike. They just saw that the fans just didn't. They just didn't think the fans would like what they were doing. So then they rewrote the entire show, but now it's like, how much are they really willing to change? You know, because budget concerns, and then, you know, they already shot 6 episodes, and I don't think they want to get rid of what they already shot. You know, so I don't know if the show will be good.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't know if that's bad luck, me putting that out there like that, but
it's okay.
No, it's not.
So that's that. So we got into that somehow by talking about Steve Buscemi.
That's right, Steve Buscemi.
Hope he's okay. Yeah.
And Daredevil.
And we were talking about Mother's Day a minute ago. Here's a weird Mother's Day story for you.
That reminds me, Grandma texted me
today.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all. She just wanted me to announce that she texted me. That's it.
All right. I didn't get that.
That was just yesterday when she told me to be on your show, but I'm here now. She told me that she'll text me, and then I could tell everyone that she texted me.
So she wants everybody to know that it was her idea that you come on the show today?
That I don't know. I was just...
All right, so in Michigan, a Michigan mom is celebrating her first Mother's Day at home with her 3 kids. That may not sound like much, but the kicker here with this is this woman's first Mother's Day home in 5 years. Why has it been 5 years since she last celebrated Mother's Day at home, you ask?
Why has it been 5 years since she last celebrated Mother's Day?
There you go. Thanks for playing along.
I can ask it again if you would like.
Nope, you already blew it. Because she was in a coma for 5 years. A coma for 5 years. Jennifer Freewilly. Jennifer Freewilly, who was in a coma at the Mary Free Bed Rehabilitation Hospital following a car crash in 2017, woke up suddenly in 2022 and left the hospital in 2024, a couple of months before Mother's Day. So in 2020, she was in a car crash, left her in a coma, and then in 2022, her mother Peggy was visiting her at the rehab hospital, speaking to her as usual, because they tell you to do that because they think sometimes when you're in a coma that you can actually hear some of the stuff that's being said to you and take it in. The mother told her a joke, and then all of a sudden, Jennifer started laughing, and the mother was like, "Holy crap!" So she was doing rehab all this time, and she's not getting around all that well yet, and her speech is very limited. And I believe she's in a wheelchair, but she was able to go home and spend Mother's Day with her 3 sons for the first time in years. So, the first time since 2017. So I thought that was a cool little Mother's Day story for you right there.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's like, those situations are always so crazy whenever I hear about something like that. You know? 'Cause just like, from your perspective, you're like time traveling almost. And you just skip a few years of your life.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely sucky. You missed a lot.
Yeah.
But at least you get to come back and enjoy more.
And she didn't have any amnesia, right? Because some people, I believe, they wake up with amnesia and they won't remember like what happened, so they like kind of lose more time. You know. I
do believe, if I remember correctly, there may have been a little bit of that when she first woke up, but it didn't last long.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. But again, and plus she got, 5 years. I mean, that would definitely suck, because the article said that the hospital was telling the family, hey, look, we should pull the plug. This has been going on for years, and the mother just kept refusing, and then look what happened. I mean, that's the thing. You're in a coma. Most of the time, it does not end well. So it's like almost like all that suffering and going through it, well, that is in vain. But this is a cool story. 5 years. You definitely lost for 5 years, but again, at least you get to enjoy more.
Yeah.
That definitely sucks. But again, she's home now, and the boys too. They get their mom back.
I wonder what that's like. You know.
Well, you have a mom. You know what that's like.
No. Losing that much time of your life. Not many people go
right.
End up in that situation. So.
Oh, it's definitely got to be the strangest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, my situation wasn't that because I was around, but I do feel like I lost 3 years when I first got sick. I was around, I remember everything, but I couldn't do anything with you guys or take you anywhere. So I do feel like I kind of, unless you guys were home with me in the living room, because I was so, I was so unable to move around. I just basically lived in the living room for 3 years. But yeah, Mom had to do everything with you guys. But at least I knew what was going on. I wasn't in a coma. Although some people beg to differ. They think I'm in some kind of permanent comatose state where I don't know anything.
What's going on right now?
I don't know.
This is all a simulation?
Carol says, just FYI, still in waiting room. Oh, okay. Thanks, Carol. I didn't know if that was something I could bring up or not. I know it's the 13th. I was going to reach out to you after the show. But I guess it's safe to talk about since you said that. Carol's husband's getting some surgery today. So let's send him some good vibes and prayers and all that good stuff. Yeah. So all the best to you, Carol. Yeah. Yes, please keep us updated during the show, after the show, all that good stuff. So like I said, I was going to check in with you after the show. I do have some stuff this afternoon to do in here, but I will check in with you at some point after the show. So all the best to Carol's hubby, Mike. He's a good man. Okay. All right, so that's that. Oh, another thing that's going on. You guys remember last year we had the weird air quality due to the Canadian wildfires? Did you guys know that's still going on up there in Canada? The wildfires are still burning up there? 3,200 residents in northeastern British Columbia were under an evacuation order Saturday afternoon as the Parker Lake fire raged on in the area, spanning more than 4,000 acres. That's just in that area. This out-of-control wildfire has been burning and has burned about 16,000 acres as of Sunday morning. 16,000 acres. That's a lot of freaking land. So, yeah, they evacuated the British Columbia area. They're saying, very poor air quality and reduced visibility in parts of Alberta. And, of course, again, now smoke from Canada has also begun to blow into the U.S., prompting an alert across Minnesota. And I thought there was someplace else. No, I guess not. All right. But so, Minnesota right now. The Canadian wildfires made their way to parts of the United States last year and caused dangerous air conditions across the country. In 2023, 19 counties and 11 states had days with very unhealthy and hazardous air quality. So now it's making its way back into the United States, so Minnesota. And if it keeps up, my guess is we're just a few days away from it, where it might come back this way.
So we're going to have all that,
the orange sky again.
All right. I can continue making my zombie apocalypse. No, okay.
But then I think it's funny because we saw that on the news last night about the wildfires.
That's crazy.
But then the very next story was about the Northern Lights. A lot of people in the U.S. saw the Northern Lights this weekend, and they're still visible in certain parts of the states. And they're saying in the closest to this area would go up. You'd have to go up to upstate, close to Canada, to see the Northern Lights. So I'm like, well, how are you going to see the Northern Lights with all this wildfire going on? They're telling you to go up there to see the Northern Lights, but meanwhile, they just said 5 minutes prior all this wildfire and how it's unhealthy and the sky is going to be filled with, poor visibility. It's like they don't even pay attention to their own stories. So yeah,
reading a teleprompter. You know.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was literally they went from the wildfires in Canada to the Northern Lights. I mean, it was literally the very next story. Like is somebody paying attention over there? So I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. All right, now
maybe
also
the
what?
Northern Lights are the cause for the wildfires. It's a conspiracy going on.
Or they're just trying to get you up there so you have unhealthy conditions and kill you off.
The government wants to mutate you. It's not real wildfire smoke.
So unfortunate what's happening in Canada, says Fremder, but there's easier ways to make bacon.
I know, right? Like, I can't believe that the guy who started the wildfires just wanted to make bacon. It's like, are you serious? It had to start in that very stupid way. He just had to start cooking bacon off a tree that was on fire. God, I can't believe the wildfires just spread through Canada that way. I'm just playing off of what he said. You know?
Oh, yeah, I see that. I can't imagine being in a hospital for that long. After all these years, the mother must have been so happy to coma home. To coma home. My goodness. All right, moving on.
To what?
Dan Snyder.
Dan Snyder? Oh, Dan Schneider. I thought you said Dance Nighter.
Yes. At night, go out and dance. Dan Schneider.
Is this about him suing?
Yep. So yeah, we talked about that documentary a few weeks ago. If you don't know who Dan Schneider is, he was Ricky in Better Off Dead. Gee, Ricky, I'm sorry your mother blew up. It's my favorite line from any movie of all time.
Sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
But Ricky, Dan Schneider was also on. What was that stupid TV show that he was on for a few years? Howard Hessman was the. I was going to say Saved by the Bell. That's not it. I can't. Anybody remember? Head of the Class. Bad. It was one of those typical corny '80s TV sitcoms. It was bad. Howard Hessman was like this hippie teacher who was like, changing the rules, and then, Anyway, Dan Snyder was the big fat guy in that show. And so after that, he went on to create and produce a lot of shows on Nickelodeon, late 90s, early 2000s. If you're familiar with the shows from Nickelodeon from that time, we're talking about Victorious, iCarly, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101 with Britney Spears' sister. There were a few others.
The Amanda Bynes Show.
Sam and Cat.
I forget what
with Ariana Grande.
I forget what that other one was.
There's some kind of variety show thing.
Like the SNL?
Yeah, like a Saturday Night Live type show. Yeah, there was a few.
Yeah, I forget what that was called.
But. And then just within the past few years, stories started coming out about possible misconduct. While some of those shows were on, some of the staff members did actually get arrested and jailed for touching these kids. And then just like a month or so ago, a 4-part documentary came out about all the weird behavior and how they were, basically was all pointing at Dan Schneider. He never went to jail for anything. He was never found guilty of, there's no solid evidence that he did. Nobody has even come out and said, yeah, Dan Schneider touched me. But there was a lot of inappropriateness, things he would say, just a lot of weirdness. Him in a hot tub with some of these child actors. And
oh, really? Oh,
yeah. Remember, they showed a picture during that documentary. Some misconduct, definitely with the adult female writers. He basically was judging them based on their massaging skills and not their writing skills. A lot of weird stuff that went on. So now Dan Schneider is suing the makers of the documentary. He he filed a lawsuit last Wednesday, alleging the makers of the documentary series wrongly implied that he sexually abused the child actors he worked with. The name of the documentary is Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, which aired on True Crime Cable ID in March and has since been streaming on Max, and has made major waves among Nickelodeon's former stars and viewers. It uses cast and crew interviews to describe the show's sexualization of young teens and the toxic and abusive work environment that many said Schneider was responsible for. It includes descriptions of sexual abuse of actors, including The Amanda Show and Drake and Josh star Drake Bell, by crew members who were later convicted for it. The four-part series suggests that Schneider's shows had a tendency to put young women in comic situations with sexual implications and depicts him as an angry and emotionally abusive boss. It includes direct allegations of sexual harassment and gender discrimination from women who worked as writers under him on the TV show called All That. They said he showed... Oh, I think that's the SNL type show, right? They said he showed pornography on his computer in their presence in the writer's room and asked for massages, joking they would lead to the women's sketches making the show, which Schneider has denied. Yeah, he's denied all that, and he is now suing. So, I don't know. Any thoughts on that?
I guess it's pretty easy for anyone to say, like, oh, those clips that they used of me in that thing are all out of context, and, but it's like, it's also so hard to, to argue against it with what was presented. I don't know if it's really gonna do much for him. I don't know if he'll really reverse the public image of himself at the end of the day.
I don't think so.
I think his the harm to his career is already done.
Absolutely.
And no matter what, like even if there were some things taken out of context, he still put himself in this position with things that he did that that he can't deny at the end of the day. So
what bothers me about him, when you have this many people, it's very similar to Cosby. I mean, when you have one or two accusers, you can think, all right, well, maybe they're not telling the truth. Maybe they're looking for money. Like Mike Tyson, he was charged with raping a girl. Turned out that girl was not on the up and up later on. You had people back in the 80s like Tawana Brawley who claimed she was raped by white men, and that turned out to be false. But when you have, 60-something people who accuse Cosby, when you have all these people going after Dan Schneider, they can't... I find it highly improbable that they're all lying,
Right.
It's just so obvious. And yeah, but nothing has been... Nobody has said that Dan Schneider actually touched them. There's really no solid evidence that could really put him in trouble. And yes, I do agree that he won't be, his career is permanently shot. However, and again, just like Cosby, his career is permanently shot. However, Cosby is home. This guy, Dan Schneider, is home. These guys can still, when at least, Cosby did do some jail time, but he ended up getting out of jail. So he's home, and fine, he's under house arrest, and he can't go out. All right, but, he still gets to enjoy his money. He could have, and, we're talking Bill Cosby, rich and famous. I'm sure he has a big house. He could probably have 100 people over his house, and he can enjoy himself. And Dan Schneider, who's not charged with any crimes, his career may be over, but I think it's pretty safe to assume the guy has made a pretty penny with all those shows. As the producer and the chief of those shows, he must have made tons of money. Plus, those shows are all, or at least most of them are all in syndication. No doubt he's getting something for that. So he's not punished. Fine, maybe he didn't touch any kids, but this went all this went on under his umbrella. He was one that he did kind of push that kind of atmosphere with some of the things that went on these shows. to say that he didn't know that certain things were going on, I would call bullshit on that. I would say no. There's no way he didn't know. So he's not charged with any crime, so his career's over, but he still gets to go home and enjoy his money, and he's not under house arrest, so he can go travel the world. He can go on boats. He can go to concerts, and he can do whatever he wants. He can, because he was never charged with anything. So that to me, that's the sad part of this. And a lot of these, I mean, how many times have we seen these child actors who grow up so screwed up? I mean, and Drake Bell, one of them. Drake Bell talks in this documentary. He gives pretty precise detail about things that were done to him. And then in his adult life, he's had some trouble. He touched an underage girl, and he had, I think, alcoholism, I believe he said.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, and meanwhile, this guy gets to go home and, Dan Snyder gets to go home and do nothing. Mike Tyson accused of rape. That makes sense because he loves to box. Oh, goodness. If Dan Snyder was my boss, I'd be afraid of the dark. If Dan Snyder was my boss, I'd be afraid of the dark. I don't get that.
Are you afraid of... Is that a show that he was involved in?
What, something called Afraid of the Dark? I don't know.
Are you afraid of the dark? Was that
That was one of his shows? I don't know.
I don't know. I know that was a show, but I'm not sure if that's what that comment means.
I don't know what any of his comments mean, really. Cosby used Jell-O for the pudding. Yes, right. Yeah. So, yeah. But and then now on top of that, he's going to sue. And my guess, he actually will probably get some kind of payout, some kind of settlement, because he's never been accused of any crime. So if he was accused of a crime, that's one thing. But yeah, he's never been charged with anything. So yeah, so he's claiming defamation, and yeah, he'll never work again. And the point of the documentary has been made, but he's still going to get a payout over that. So Will Wagner says the show. So Afraid of the Dark was a show, but I guess Dan Schneider had something to do with it. And then Will Wagner says, "Hey guys, hey Will, how are you? Will, what are you doing? Singing, comedy? What are you doing these days?" Fill us in. What's happening with you? Okay. All right. So it's just about 12 o'clock. Before I go any further, is there anything you want to talk about?
I want to talk about.
That's what I said.
Just what, any modern news or anything?
Anything. It's a simple yes or no question.
Drake's career is finished. Well, not finished.
Drake Bell?
No, not that.
Oh, Drake the rapper? Well, we were talking about Dan Snyder.
No, that's why I'm laughing. We were just talking about another Drake. Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, different
Why?
Drake.
What? Drake the rapper?
Yeah, Drake the rapper, who I believe his real name is Aubrey Graham? Either Aubrey or Audrey. I think it's Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey Graham?
Yeah, that's his real
name. I would change my name to Drake, too. Why? Why is his career over? What happened to him?
He's been exposed as a possible pedophile, too.
Well, possible.
Well, yeah, but there's evidence and all that stuff.
Oh, is there evidence? So why hasn't he been charged yet?
I don't know. But well, here's what was last weekend, I think. Another rapper or a producer called Metro Booming. He was posting.
Metro Booming?
Yeah,
that's his name.
Stage name. All the rappers have stage names.
I know, but that's a bad stage name.
I don't know, but he's a really big producer, so whatever at this point.
Metro Booming is booming.
Did somebody say boom? This one's SpongeBob. So yeah, he posted a bunch of videos or stuff about Drake. There was a time where he was dating a 16-year-old, and they had pictures of it, so there was proof of that. And then there was a time where there's an actual video of it. He invites a fan onto stage during one of his concerts.
Yeah, I think I heard about this. He kisses the girl?
Yeah, he kisses her. Then he asks her what her age is. Then she says 17. And then he goes, "Oh, I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I enjoyed it. And then he says he liked feeling like her chest on him, and then he kisses her again. And
so even after she told him she was 17, he kissed her again?
Yeah, and talked about her boobs and yeah. And then
what is wrong with you people?
Yeah, and then they're also this has no evidence for it, but there's like these allegations that he has this like secret daughter that the world doesn't know about. That like he had a daughter with someone, and then he walked down in that family, and other rappers are trying to like find the daughter and expose her. I don't know if she actually exists or.
So he doesn't support her, he abandoned this girl and the
like
mother.
Someone that he abandoned. But no, it's unknown if she actually exists or if that's a real thing.
What is happening? I mean, yeah,
because
they've been investigating P. Diddy or Puffy or whatever they call him now.
That's right,
Sean Combs.
That's right.
What is? It's like everybody.
I know, like 5 years ago it was the film industry, and now it's like becoming the music industry. It's like it's all.
Yeah, but it's not like it hasn't stopped in the film. It seems like it's still.
I know. I just mean like that's what that like the big blow up all was. Now
it's crazy how so many are being named for stuff like this. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Like what I don't know. I just can't believe it. What is like? Why are all these guys? Why are all these talented people who are making it big? Why are most of them pedophiles? What happened? Or how did that happen? I don't know. I just don't get it. Will Wagner, I do more comedy shows, but it's musical comedy, so yes. Oh, did a few improv shows. Oh, that's cool. Where'd you do those? Fremder, all these people being accused of gang rap. If Sean Combs was a Batman villain, he'd be the Diddler. Oh, my goodness.
And then Batman is Lil Wayne instead of Bruce Wayne.
What?
There's a rapper called Lil Wayne, so I said that's Batman.
Will Wagner says Diddy should have been arrested for "Come With Me." I agree. That was pretty bad. He was huge in the '90s with his rap music. Huge. And then he just kind of stopped. But yeah, "Come With Me" was
like that.
What's that?
I don't like you saying that like that.
Huge.
Stop that.
Well, yeah, he did. He just kind of stopped making music. He just kind of stopped. Did he? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And "Come With Me." "Come With Me" was from that bad song he did from that bad Godzilla movie, the one with Matthew Broderick. But it was a Zeppelin tune, and he redid it. Will Wagner's doing improv with John Dorsick over in Huntington. You don't get any better than that, my friend. John Dorsick is the master. John Dorsick, a friend of this show. He's been in here many times. In fact, he's overdue. I haven't had him in here in probably a year. I got to get him back. First name Diddy, last name File. Diddy File. That's funny. That's funny, Fremder. Funny Fremder.
Yeah, P Diddy, right?
P Diddy.
P Diddy File. That's a bar. Someone used that in a bar.
If Sean Combs was German, he'd be Adolf Diddler. Oh, my goodness. All right. See, that's...
The Diddler, Adolf Diddler.
How's... Speaking of people who've been on this show, we mentioned John Dorsick. Speaking of people who've been on this show, Deborah Markowitz was on this show a few months ago. And then you started working for her shortly after that.
Yes, I did.
How's that going?
It's going well.
And you've been working on a movie with her starring the one and only Travis Grant, who will be sitting in that chair this afternoon, treading water at 4:30 today here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast.
Funny guy. Very funny guy.
Nutty. But yes, a funny guy.
And a good actor, too.
Yeah?
Natural. Very natural.
No kidding, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. The movie you said has a lot of sex.
Yes. Yeah, it's a... so yeah, Deborah, she wrote it. She's directing it. she's a good director too. And
Yeah.
it's a good writing, you know.
What's it called? The Want List? Is that what it's called?
The Wait List.
Oh, the Wait List. Okay.
I believe because I heard like there was a line about like wait list for college, so it's something to do like that. But yeah, Wait List: A Love-ish Story. That's the full name of it. So yeah, it's Travis and some other girl. They're like partners and like romance partners in the movie. Yeah, almost every other scene they just it ends with them getting into it.
What is that weird? Like like you're on the set, you're just like, and then you have to watch these people. I mean, they're not really doing it, but still. But is that weird? I've never been on a set like that.
I always knew that, like, working in film, that like that's probably gonna happen someday. So when I was on the set, I was like, okay, here I am. So,
but are you like,
are
you sitting like kind of like this, like
somewhat? Because like when they get into it, then I'm just like waiting for them to call cut, because I know this is the end of the scene, and they're still going. All right, the hands are going. When are we calling cut? Oh, there goes the leg. It's always. No, it makes sense for the scene.
And I'm sure Travis isn't like, I'm sure he's not saying, all right, can we stop now? Like,
I'm sure both of them are not complaining. Like,
well, I don't know the lady, so that's why I was just singling out Travis.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're both, sure. Like
every time I turn on the news, I see Sean Combs. Wondering to myself, did he do it? Oh my goodness.
Why are we still?
Well,
you should just ignore his comment. Whenever you see Sean Diddy, you just be like,
And I guess, yeah, I mean, that's commonplace on the set. There's a lot of that type of stuff in movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely used to, like, to shooting romance movies, where actors are always like making out and stuff.
Right.
That's like nothing new for me. This is just like, it's kind of like, it feels like we're only one step away from shooting a porno, I'm kidding. But,
Oh, good morning or good afternoon, Mary. Mary watching from England. Hello, Mary. Hope you're well. I got a lot of positive feedback from your boy when he did the show here last Tuesday. A lot of people liked him. Will Wagner, of course he did it. Diddy, diddy dum, diddy do.
Diddy dum 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 dum.
Well, he's referring to an old song called Do Diddy. It was a famous song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was just
way before Zach's time.
In the ancient times.
Almost. Probably 60 years ago almost. But let's all right, but the job is for you. The job is going well.
Oh yeah, it's going well. Yeah, it's a great set. Like I said, I know I'm talking all about the sex of it, but the script is like, it's a well-written script. Her husband John shooting it.
Right, John, who you know, he was a teacher of yours at Five Towns College.
Yeah, he's my professor in all my classes. He's good with the camera, It's cool watching him work.
But let's talk about you.
Me.
Because I know, like, you get out of college in a very tough field. You work. You're working for Deb, but it's not steady. So, and we've been talking about how we've been talking at home about how hard it is to break into the business. So, and trying to find steady work has been tough. Do you? Are you? I mean, but you kind of knew that getting into it, right? Or no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say it's been as expected? Has it been tougher to get work? Like, how you seeing it so far?
I guess somewhat as expected. It's a little I think it's like a little different, or I'm trying to find the right words for it. So, well, in this specific time going into the film industry, Um, um, it was like weird because like right before I was going into college, there was like a specific way that everything was working. You'll know what I mean in a second.
Okay.
Then I started college and everything was like starting to go that way, and then the whole world is hit with the curveball, COVID. So everything changes. The whole industry shuts down. Everyone stops working. And then so now jump forward a few years, jump forward to now basically, or like now like modern like 2021 to now basically. Everyone going back into the industry that like lost their work, like they're the ones getting the jobs first, or at least that's all like it's just like it's harder, it's a little harder for everyone that like is graduating school to be getting.
But isn't it back to normal now?
It's getting back to normal.
It's not fully there.
There was also the strike last year too, which also made it harder. So now it's like I think it's been a little shaky the past few years. So,
and you feel that's made it harder for guys like you to break in?
I guess somewhat. I mean, the industry itself is already a little hard to break in.
Right.
So I don't think I've been like too affected by like all the things that have been happening in the world in the industry. I don't think it's affected me personally. Like not too much. It's just made it probably like a little harder. But I know that there's a lot of people around me that like I've seen that have struggled with it more. So for me, it's just like how it's already hard to get into it, and then just the added effects of the world and everything. But I feel like I'm kind of getting it, like Deborah. I feel like she's got good connections.
She does. And a great person to work for.
Yeah, she's a great person to work for. I'm gonna try to volunteer at her film festival she has coming up.
What is that called?
The Life Festival, I believe.
Life Festival, but life it means something.
That's Long Island Film Expo, I think.
Sounds good to me. Long Island Film Expo.
I know it's Long Island Film. The E I'm blinking on a little bit. I think
Long Island Films Eggs.
Yeah, right.
Long Island Film Easter. Long Island Film Ernie. Long Island Film
Ergaster.
Did you just make up a word?
No, that's the scientific term.
Ergaster?
Yeah.
Oh, what's it mean?
It's a pre-human. It's fossils.
It's a fetus?
No. It's fossils that scientists have found of like an old version of.
So that's not pre-human. Oh, you mean the fossils that they
like
found?
Something that existed before humans were. Something close to human, but not human.
Oh.
Or maybe just a caveman that was.
Long Island Film X-Lax.
Long Island Film Eggplant.
Long Island Lego My Ego.
Long Island Film Ego My Lego.
Long Island Film Eek.
Long Island Film Economics.
It's an educational.
Long Island Film Ecosystem.
Long Island Film Education. That actually kind of makes sense. So we're going to go with Expo. Long Island Film Expo with Deborah Markowitz, her husband John Marine, great people. Yeah. So and that festival you'll be volunteering.
Yeah.
So when you say volunteering, what will you be doing? Do you know yet?
I do not know yet.
When is this festival?
It is July 10th to 14th. I know they're currently going through submissions, deciding.
Yeah, they're currently going through submissions. They're going to announce the films June 1st. Me being me, I contacted her this weekend. I'm like, hey, can I still submit stuff? She's like, no, the deadline was April 1st. And I'm sure in her head, she's like, you idiot. I was like, I even said to her, leave it to me. I'm totally on the ball. So I was not able to submit anything. But still looking forward to this expo, to this festival either way. and I do plan on attending. It's in Belmore.
Yes.
It's in Belmore where Don and I where we premiered Comic Sans for the very first time. And speaking of premiere, this Thursday, if anybody's around and wants to head out to Brooklyn, Christina Can, this Thursday, May 16th at 7:30 p.m., screening for Christina Can at the Alkaline Oasis. You know, the good old Alkaline Oasis. This event is open to the public. This is a show, if you guys remember, a few months back, me and Don were filming something here at the club, and we had some great comedians hanging out with us in the studio while we were filming. Dara Jamat and Darren Greggs and Fudge, and we had a great time in here, joking around with them that day, and yeah, we just had a great time. So Hasib, the one of the other producers, was here. His son Praise was here. We were laughing our asses off with them. We had a really good time. We were filming Christina Can. Christina Can is a reality show where this girl Christina, she just tries doing things that she's never done before. So the very first episode was this one, and where she was trying stand-up comedy for the first time. Sorry, did I step on your foot? She was trying stand-up comedy for the first time. And so we filmed it here, and I'm in it. I brought in Laura Patton. She was in it with us. We just had a great time. So the premiere is this Thursday. I have not seen any of it. I have no idea how this looks. Don is excited about it because he edited it. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. It is open to the public, so if anybody wants to come check it out, we're going.
Yes, we are.
We also filmed some of the show at our house.
Yes, we did.
So I wonder if we get a producer credit for that. What kind of credit do we get for that?
Location manager, I guess.
Location manager. We're just going to get a thanks to the Walker family.
You would get a...
Well, I'm getting acting credit.
Yeah, you get actor credit. Mom or me could get location manager since we were there.
I'm actually a little worried what they're going to do with me on this thing.
Why are you worried? Oh, I think I know why.
You're going to get exposed.
So basically, it's a reality show. Christina, she's a singer, and she really was trying comedy for the first time. All that is real, but some of the scenarios, like when we filmed here, Don said, you're gonna show around governors, talk about governors a little bit, tell her what she's gonna be doing. So, and we set it up where I'm friends with the mother, and that, and the mother gets her into governors.
Are these not like spoilers or anything? To
learn comedy. Oh, I don't know. I'll be quick. So when we were filming the scene, there was no script. It was kind of ad-libbed, and. So, I had to be friends with the mother. So I said to Christina, she's like, "Oh, are you the one that knows my mother?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, me and your mother, we're like this." Just kind of like, I don't know, that's what came to me. I went like that. So Don took that idea and ran with it and made it look like that maybe the mother and I had some kind of history together, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But, I'm a little worried how far they're going to take that.
Why are you so worried about it? Oh, Mr. Walker.
Well, I don't know, because they had to shoot it a couple of times where we're like hugging each other and stuff. I'm like, what is going on here?
I don't know. You could have always said you don't give consent to that. Sounds like this reality show is going to be exposing something.
I'm an actor.
You might want to leave your wife at home for this one.
Yeah, right. Tell Mom to stay home. Lee, you might not want to watch this one. Because me and Travis have a love scene in this movie. John Rusciello is...
Travis?
I know, that was a joke. Because we were talking about all the love scenes he has. So I was like, never mind. John Rusciello, it is so unfair this kid can't get a break.
Wait, what was it?
I think he's talking about you. Talking about trying to break into the business and, get moving.
I don't know. I'm fine.
He's fine. But yeah, we're looking forward to that on Thursday. And then May 30th, somewhere in Astoria, Queens, comedian Greg Criticos, who's been on the show a few times, he's got a show that's premiering called The Connie Show. Conny, The Connie Show. It's a pilot for, hopefully a series. And I shot a scene in that. And Carla Okerson is in it. And Carrie Karavis is in it. Jules is in it. Our friend Jules. Ivory Fields is in it. Helene Witt has a quick spot. There's a lot of familiar faces in this one. And that I did see, and it came out pretty well. But I don't think many have seen it, and they're having a big premiere on May 30th. I don't know if that's open to the public or not, but we got a lot of things going on. A lot of cool stuff happening. So, and hopefully this summer, Don and I are going to produce something else. We don't know if it's going to be Comic Sans 2 or if it's just going to be something else. But we're hoping to get something going. Shit. I totally forgot. Frank was over with Tammy yesterday, and I forgot to ask her. Because we need a courthouse. We need to film a scene in a courthouse. And I meant to ask Tammy if she can maybe hook us up with somebody that we can get a courthouse.
If you're watching, Tammy.
Frank.
Tammy. We need your help.
She's sitting in our house for how many hours yesterday? And I totally forgot to ask. See, this is what I mean. I had no idea April 1st was the deadline for Deborah's festival.
To be fair, how's anyone going to know that? It's April 1st.
What? Oh, you think? No, that's
like,
April Fool's. That's a lie.
Exactly.
But if I was paying attention, I would have went to her and said, hey, is it really April 1st?
Well, you should have, when she told you April 1st, you should have been like, good one. No, really.
I had no problems looking stupid already.
Okay.
Fremder, Zach, I know a guy that writes epic movie scores and does great VFX. If you're looking to put some of that into your movies.
Okay, cool.
Well, that's the thing. You haven't really been writing. You've just been working on sets.
That's what's tough. It's like, because, it's all about getting to a point where I can make my movies,
Yeah, but
that's what it is for every filmmaker.
But during this downtime, though, you haven't really. Have you been taking advantage of the downtime when you're not working to write?
Oh yeah, I write.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm always like, it's like weird. I can never spend too much time on the stuff that I'm writing. So I brainstorm ideas for something, and I'll take a break, and then I go to another idea I have, and I'll take a break. So I'm always constantly just rotating between the ideas.
Do you have scripts started? Eventually, you have to start a script. In case you didn't know that.
Well, I know when, I know what I want to do for my next short film. So when I get closer to the point where I can do that, there will be a script for that. Right,
but my point is maybe you can make it happen soon if you had the script and you can show it to somebody. Or if you have downtime, maybe we can put it together ourselves.
I don't know. I don't think.
You got a VFX guy who does epic scores.
True.
Get out the pen.
Soon. I don't know if I want to do it just yet. But soon. I have outlines for everything. But when I get close to where I want to do a short film, that's when I make it into a script. Because I'm always working on the ideas. It's not always just about having a script and then sitting on it. I know a lot of my scripts I know or a lot of my ideas I know I wouldn't be able to do them till many years down the line. Where I would need a huge studio backing them. So those I know I don't have to make them into a script right now. I could keep fleshing out the ideas, brainstorming stuff. Other ideas I know what my next short film idea is gonna be, and that's it's progressing. And when I am at the point where I'm ready for it, it'll be a script. I don't know if I want to do it this year, But I'll keep. What's his name? I'll keep him in mind.
Fremder. Yeah, let him do the effects and the music because that's all post stuff. Don't have him on the set.
Okay.
John Rusciello, see you tomorrow, 1 p.m. doctor's appointment. All right. Well, you still have a half hour, John. Like, do you have to? Are you going there, or are they coming to you? Like, either way. All the best, John. See you tomorrow. All right. Yeah, it's just about time for us to get out of here. What else did I have? Anything I want to talk about today? One thing I wanted. What?
Rooster noise or something. You're like. Burp, 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 burp.
I don't know why I did that. That's my noise for looking at stories. All right. I'll end with this one today. Maybe I'll bring it back up on Thursday when we have Frank in here with, what's her name? Oh, we have musician Annie Mark joining Frank and I on Thursday.
There you go. So ask Frank on Thursday. Can you ask Tammy about
yeah. Well, he usually does watch. He's pretty good with that. So, Frank, if you're watching, tell Tammy we need a courtroom. We could do it on a Saturday or a Sunday if it's available. Sometimes some courts actually do rent out their courtrooms. So if there's any way Tammy can make that happen for us, she'll get a credit in the film. All right, so this last thing I'll talk about, Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney, I don't know what's going on with this man. You know who Paul McCartney is, yes?
Paul McCartney, isn't he he's one of, wasn't he like an old drummer for like The Who or something?
Yes.
Okay. I know who Paul McCartney is.
Paul McCartney posted a clip from 60 years ago. He's got a photo exhibit showing in Brooklyn. And to promote this show, or to promote the exhibit, he posted a clip from 60 years ago of a woman saying, "Paul McCartney, if you're listening, Adrian from Brooklyn loves you with all her heart." So then Paul posts a clip of him now saying, "Hey, Adrian, listen, it's Paul. I saw your video. I'm in Brooklyn now. I'm in New York. I finally got here. I got an exhibition, a photo exhibition. Come along and see it. Paul McCartney photographs, 1963 to 1964, The Eyes of the Storm." So that's what the TikTok video is for. They show the clip from 1964 of Adrian from Brooklyn. Then they show Paul now saying, "Hey, Adrian, here I am." Well, it turns out a woman named Nicole D'Onofrio posted a response to this video where she says Adrian from Brooklyn is her mother. She thinks, she claims that Adrian is her mother. "Hey, Paul McCartney, we believe we have the answer. Our mother may have very well been Adrian from Brooklyn. My mother, during that time, would have been about 12 or 13, maybe 14, when the Beatles came to the United States. I vividly remember telling me that she skipped school, played hooky to go see the Beatles." Now, the kicker, though, is that Adrian from Brooklyn died in 1992. So this poor woman, she never got to see the clip. Like, Paul McCartney uses this woman, so obviously doesn't have her permission, uses the clip, and this poor woman's dead. She doesn't get to bask in this thing. Meanwhile, that new Beatles song that came out back in October, the song Now and Then, when they were making that song, there's an orchestra in the song. So when they put together the orchestra to record the music, they didn't tell them that it was part of a new Beatles song because they didn't want word getting out, until they were ready to announce it themselves. And then it eventually did come out, and now these musicians are like, "Wow, I was on a Beatles song," except for one. One musician that was on it died before the song came out. I don't know. It's a weird trend. No? Paul McCartney is, getting these people to do stuff for him, and then they die.
Well, he didn't know that they would die.
Well, that's the thing. I think he's the common denominator here. He's the bad luck charm.
You're saying he's killing them?
I'm just saying he's bad luck for these people, is what I'm saying. You do anything involving Paul McCartney, you're going to die. That's basically all I'm saying here.
Are you insinuating something with the other Beatles, too?
2 of them are dead.
2 Beatles are dead.
His first wife is dead.
His first wife is dead.
His mother died when he was only 14. So it started there.
So at 14, it was his mom, and then it was the Beatles, and then his first wife, and then a fan, and then this other musician. There's probably other people, too.
I'm sure there's lots of people. His father eventually did die later in life. He's going to die at some point.
Don't be a fan of Paul McCartney.
That's it.
You might die one day.
It's exactly what I'm saying. Yep. There are rumors. I don't know. Well, yeah, because you're so young, you probably have no idea. There were rumors in around 1970 that Paul McCartney himself had died, and the Beatles covered it up and then brought in a lookalike to take over. And there are some people to this day that will swear, yes, Paul McCartney did die. This guy is somebody else. It's nutty, I tell you. Nutty and crazy.
What do you think of that? You believe it?
No, I don't.
And why did so many people believe it?
Because just of certain things that they heard about, and there are some Beatles albums and records and songs that supposedly have clues in them where they're trying to tell us that he actually did die. It's weird stuff. Like some of the album covers, like there's the way people are standing, or there's certain initials, or there's certain things. Like there's one picture that where the Beatles are the other three Beatles are they're all holding roses. The other three are holding a red rose. Paul is holding a black rose. So that's supposedly a sign of death. The Abbey Road album, the album cover, they're walking across the street. They're saying, if you look at them, like John's all in white, so he's the minister or the priest. Ringo he's in a suit. I forget what he represents. Paul is in a suit, but he's barefoot, so that supposedly represents death. But George is in just like a denim shirt and jeans, so that he represents the gravedigger. So that, plus they're all walking in sync, like they're walking in sync, but Paul is not. The other three are in sync. Paul's not. Plus he has a cigarette in his right hand, and Paul was a lefty. So it's just all sorts of stuff like that people are, those are hints. He's a lefty. Paul was a lefty, so this guy is fake because he's using a right hand for a cigarette. Like, it goes on and on. It goes on and on forever. All right, that's it. That's it for today.
I'm a believer.
What? You're a believer? You think Paul is dead?
This is not the real Paul McCartney.
Oh, boy.
Something crazy's going on here. We need to restore the real Beatles.
All right, we're out of here.
There somewhere.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Tomorrow we have comedian Allison Chadwick. Will be hanging out with us for Tuesday Trivia. Allison's been here once or twice before, so that'll be fun hanging out with her, catching up with her. Wednesday we got me and Mike Kaplan. Thursday, me and Frank with Annie Mark. And then Friday, me and Andy. Working on maybe trying to get some more guests for this week. We'll see. Today is Monday. So we got, what's it called? Treading Water at 4:30. We got Steve Squared at 6:30. And then, like I said, back here tomorrow with Allison Chadwick. Don't forget, Knock 'em Dead Comedy, baby. We got a trivia night coming your way September 28th. Go to govs.com. Make your reservations. Also, don't forget, Nikki Glazer, Someday You'll Die. Currently streaming on Max. I've heard good things about that special. There you go. And this Thursday, we got the Christina Can. Go to govs.com to make your reservations to some great shows. Oh, some of the comedians you'll see on a governor's stage this weekend. Let's see. The Angry Sicilian. Dr. Dirty. John Valby. Dr. Dirty is playing the club this Saturday. I am really bummed that I am doing a private party murder mystery that night. Otherwise, I'd be here. John Valby, when I was just getting into comedy, he was one of the first comedians I started to follow. He was the very first time I ever came to this club was to see John Valby back in 1990, I believe. Maybe even been 89. So Dr. Dirty, John Valby will be here Saturday night. Some other comedians playing Governor's Comedy Clubs this weekend. Chris Murphy, Ryan Kenny, Samantha Ramsdell, Wellie Jackson, and the one and only Chris Roach. Go to govs.com, make your reservations to some great comedy shows. Go to knockemdeadcomedy.com and see what shows we got coming up and get information on how you can hire us if you like to have a murder mystery or a game show or some custom work. Knock 'em Dead Comedy, we got you covered. Knock'emDeadComedy.com. Steve's Great at 6:30. Before that, we got Treading Water at 6:30. All right, everybody enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, pal.
Did you just say? You just said Treading Water at 6:30.
Treading Water at 4:30. Steve's Great at 6:30. Treading Water at 4:30. Steve's Great at 6:30. Steve's Great at 6:30. Treading Water 4:30. Right now it's 12:32. Treading Water 4:30. Steve's Great 6:30. Thank you, pal.